Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome this week's episode of Talks with TVBOO. Welcome this week's episode of the podcast. Hope you're all having a great week, and I appreciate y'all being here, man. I really do. Because we have one of the most entertaining episodes of the podcast thus far. Man, I was getting my fucking mind blown with this guy on this podcast. But before I introduce this week's guest, I just got to say, we just announced my headline at Cervantes in Denver for September the 16th, and those tickets go on sale tomorrow. So if you're in the Denver area and you want to see your boy, come see your boy. Tickets go on sale tomorrow, dude. So make sure to go grab your ticket, dude. It really helps me out. It makes me look good in front of the talent buyers and promoters whenever I sell a bunch of tickets the day they go on sale. So if you want to go to that show, don't wait till last minute, dude. Go get the tickets before they are gone. And also, I got to say, come Monday, I have the biggest announcement of my career thus far, so far. And I've been talking about it for a minute on the podcast, but announcing it Monday, yeah, I'm doing the fucking DJ thing where I'm announcing an announcement. Yeah, dude, I'm that fucking guy. And I make fun of those guys all the goddamn time. But I'm being that fella right now. But whenever that comes out, make sure to go check it out, support it, like it, comment, share it, or do none of that. Who am I to tell you what to do? All I know is it really helps me out, and it really, it would just mean a lot. So look out for that. But my guest this week is somebody who makes some of the best music, man. I've been a fan of this guy for a very long time. I remember going to see him before I was even really producing. I was just a musician and just always dancing and having the best time. The music's incredible. He works with some of the coolest fucking artists in the scene. I'm super jealous. I'm jealous, dude. This guy's dope, man. Makes really awesome music with a lot of really dope people. And I learned this motherfucker's a magician, dude. This is the first time we had magic on the show, bro. I ain't never had magic on this show, but this guy was good at it. I just sat here and got my mind blown for like 20 damn minutes. Jeremy back there was fucking freaking out too. I watched the video in slow motion just to see how he did it, and I still didn't know. So I hope y'all enjoy this shit, man, because it's fucking awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Manic Focus.
Come here, girl, 'cause that ass fat. Let me take my tongue and go around your dirt track. I met a girl and her booty tastes like strawberries. I swear to God, this could be the one that I marry. Hey, hey, and she's so different. I made that from behind. I met a girl and her booty tastes like strawberries.
But welcome, dude.
Oh, thank
Welcome.
you.
Thank you for being here. I know you're drinking waters, but I'm gonna cheers you, buddy.
Cheers.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for being here. I'm a big fan. Big fan.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I love all the stuff you do.
Thanks.
You're such a funky guy.
Yeah, I do. I like funk music. Initially, when I was making Manic Focus, I was going for blues electronic. So all the records that I was sampling were blues records. And then I would throw like hip hop beat and synth in there and kind of give it a swing. And then, yeah, it sounded like funk, but I was aiming for, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do blues electronic. And it didn't really translate. People are like, oh, he's that funk producer. And I'm like, all right, well.
I was listening to some of your music today before you came over, and I forget which song it was, but it had some real bluesy-ass guitar, but it was still funky, man. I could hear what you were going for. But yeah, dude, are you born with the funk? Or you got to find the funk? Do you grow the funk? Like, is it like a long search? Where's the funk?
I think a lot of people are born with it, but you can find your way to it as well. I think, yeah, I think at my core, I'm a breakbeat kind of guy. I love hip hop. I kind of grew up making hip hop beats, and hip hop samples a lot of funk records.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of followed that suit. That's just what my soul is kind of drawn to, is that kind of swing and breakbeat kind of stuff versus like a 4 on the floor. But yeah, I think anybody can adopt the funk.
Yeah, you gotta. I don't know, dude. I feel like you gotta work for it. You kind of have to treat it right, take it out every now and then until like it's committed to you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I try being funky every now and then, bro, and it's just like I got it on the drum kit. That's about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every time I grab a guitar, try to be funky. I just write metal. Just start chugging, dude. Dude, yeah. So the break beats, the swing, dude. I've learned recently that I love drum and bass.
Yeah.
I guess I was never like a massive fan, I guess, but I've been going to a lot of shows lately, and every time the DJ drops some drum and bass, I'm dancing like a hoe.
Yeah. I really love drum and bass as well. And I've made a couple drum and bass songs. I noticed when I would play my sets, especially like 5-6 years ago, I would throw a drum and bass track in there, and the crowd didn't quite know how to react. I feel like they kind of get lost. And drum and bass is one of those things where you really have to like flow to it. Like, you know, it's a double time beat, and we're so used to dancing to the kick and the snare. And so drum and bass, you really have to like kind of float and flow to it. I really like the, I don't know what liquid drum and bass. The stuff.
Yeah, I don't know the difference, the differences of them. You know what I mean? Like, you got liquid drum and bass, you got bisexual drum and bass. What are the differences of them? You know?
Yeah. Well, the kind of drum and bass I like has a lot of pads, like the kick and the drums. They're doing the drum and bass thing, but the kick and the snare are a little bit more in the background, and it's all about just kind of like long basses, big chord progressions, very kind of like spacey stuff. I do like kind of the really smacking drum and bass sometimes, but I have like a playlist that I'll DJ sometimes that's like just very like cool background drum and bass, kind of like lounge drum and bass.
I like that, dude. Have you seen the videos? I've been seeing them all over. It's like people will just do a drum and bass beat like with their mouth or something, and they'll just move a chair. It's so perfect. But every time I'm watching, I'm like, yeah, if that was like produced, I'd probably dance my ass off to that.
Oh yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Yeah. Dude, so being such a funky guy, I mean, you're a musician other than just a producer.
Yeah, actually, I started playing piano when I was about 5 or so, and then I took classical piano lessons till I was about 14, and I would play concerto competitions and recitals and all that kind of stuff. And then I got into making beats when I was 13, and I think my piano instructor kind of picked up that I wasn't practicing the scales or classical stuff anymore, and he dropped me, and then I just started making beats.
Damn, bro, you got fired for somebody you were paying.
Yeah, he was a really strict teacher, and he and his wife both had PhDs in piano performance and instruction, so they were really serious about stick only to piano. Like, we couldn't learn any other instruments, and it was very rigid. And I mean, I learned a lot from him, especially training my ear. I think that's a really important part about music production, is really just learning an instrument and training your ear for harmonies and bass lines and just ideas, and then bringing that to music production. But yeah, my teacher was only about piano performance. So when I got away from that, he dropped me, and then I was just off to the races with making beats.
Dang. You hear that, Jeremy? It's about training your ear, dude. How many times have I told you that?
That's all you've preached to me. Yeah, if it sounds good, it's going to work out, you know. That's been a big thing for me, is like trying to train my ear, and then, like you said, learning the instrument. I feel like just understanding musicality and like using instrument with music theory, I feel like that will just help you write melodies better. Obviously, it's going to help you get chord progressions. It's also going to help you improvise on the spot and do unconventional techniques for writing different like styles of music. And so it's definitely important.
Yeah, dude. That's kind of weird that your teacher was just like, hey, don't learn any other instrument. I feel like that hinders creativity.
Yeah, I think he was he really wanted his students to focus entirely on piano. He was big into getting his students to the top of the classical piano world. That was kind of what he was about. So any other instrument or anything else was a distraction. He wasn't teaching music composition or how to write music. It was strictly performance-based. So it would be like, hey, here's some Bergmuller, here's, Liszt and all these classical composers, and then he would just perform that.
Yeah. Was he more like a Mr. Miyagi or like a Cobra Kai? Like, I want to know, was there like philosophy with it, or like if you didn't get it, you getting whipped?
We wouldn't really get whipped, but he was very stern, and he was very encouraging too. I think the reason he kept me for so long was because I was really good at playing by ear. So I would ask him like, "Hey, can you play this that you want me to learn?" And he'd play it, and then I'd go home and I'd remember it, and I could get around. But my sight reading was terrible, and I didn't practice my scales nearly enough to really translate that. He always said practice your scales, but he never made the connection for me between scales and sight reading. And that's one thing I really regret, is not learning my scales and making that connection. But he trained the hell out of my ear, and so I was able to, learn these pieces just listening to him play them. And then, yeah.
That's exactly what it was like with my drum mentor, dude. Like, we'd have sheet music and stuff, and he's trying to teach me how to read sheet music, but then he'd play the beat that's on the sheet, and I'm like, okay. And I just I wouldn't read it. I'd just be playing the beat, you know what I mean? So I also regret, I wish I would have paid attention a little bit more on the sheet stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like learning by listening, it's all a feeling, especially when you're composing and writing music. It's got to feel good.
Yeah.
You can learn theory and all this stuff all day, but if it's not coming from a pure place of like, hey, I want to sound like this, then, like why bother doing it?
You ever pick it back up, like the piano? You ever?
Oh yeah, like over quarantine, I started learning some more piano pieces. I learned Clair de Lune finally, which I had never really touched before, and yeah, there's just really great online instructors that you don't necessarily have to sight read. They have the sheet music, but they also have videos, and they're like, here's section 1, and you see their hands on the keys, and then they have like a MIDI roll kind of thing going down.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, anytime I would try to learn a song on piano, I'd get the one that's rolling down with the colors, and it'd help out for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. I mean, damn, so you probably can shred a lot. You probably been a little humble. I felt like you can shred on that motherfucker, dude.
I think.
Yeah, okay.
In my head, I know where my limits are and what I could improve. And I also know my patterns. I feel like a lot of musicians will get to different kind of checkpoints in their musical journey where it's like, all right, I can do this. And you do that really well, but then getting outside of that is another leap, and it gets tricky. And it's easy to get discouraged where it's, I'm in my comfort zone. I can play this and I can play, this, but as far as branching out beyond that, can be tricky.
How much are you doing? Like, I know you have a pretty unique live setup. I think I've even seen you once. I think I saw you I've definitely seen you a couple times, but I think I saw you with the drummer once at Halloween, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Halloween, we've done a live band for pretty much every time I've played it. And the band I'll have, and it's been different every time, but I'll have a drummer, a guitarist, keyboards, which I have on drums. I've had Jake Barinholtz in the past. I've also have Colby Buckler, and then on keys I have Bormley, who's phenomenal. Shout out to Bormley, I love that dude. And then I try to get Corey Marvel Years on guitar. I also have Andrew Block sometimes on guitar. They're both amazing. And one year we had the Lettuce Horns sit in for a horn section, which was fun.
That's what's up. How much planning does it go into take a DJ set to doing it with a band, dude? Like, it sounds so much fun. Yeah. But, like, it sounds like a lot of planning with, like, Ableton shit. Like, am I wrong about that?
Kind of. I think the tricky thing is I like to constantly produce music, and I'm producing all the way up until shows sometimes. And so I'll send them a set. I try to send the band the set because we're not all in the same place. I'll email them like, here's my hour set, here's the list of songs, key changes, all that stuff. And then if I ever switch a song out, I have to like update the whole set again.
Damn, so y'all didn't like get together and practice or anything like that?
Nah, and I'd like to.
That's stressful as fuck.
Yeah,
so
but
they're solid.
They're super solid. Yeah, like they all. And that's just kind of how we've done it. And I kind of like the loose feel of it because it's a lot more fun and it's like exciting. You're like, oh, anything could happen. Plus, having a drummer in general, like for transitioning, is amazing because like if I screw up a transition, they just crash out, and then I can basically transition into anything. That's probably the biggest thing I struggle with in this dance music world is transitions.
Dang, after all this time, dude.
Yeah.
Dang, man. Yeah, I'd imagine how much, like, it would be so much fun having a drummer on stage, or even me just playing drums with somebody would just be so much fucking fun, dude.
Yeah, that'd be a blast.
Yeah. Right? That's crazy. So, like, no practice y'all ever fucked up?
Yeah, but it's usually not too bad because everyone's solid and it's only brief moments. I think the trickiest thing is, especially at festivals, is kind of the throw and go situation. There's an act right before you, and you might have 10 minutes to change over everything, 10, 15. And so that means you have to wheel out drums. You have to get the drums checked. You have to get all the stuff checked. There was one time we played as a band, and there was just feedback for like the whole set. And we couldn't find where it was coming from. And my horn player was getting really frustrated. And it's like, well, I'm on stage. We got to just power through it.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. How are you routing that? Are you just sending everybody to like in-ears to a click, or are they just like
the drummer gets a click, and then everybody else has monitors.
Mm-hmm.
They have their own monitors.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to ideally have in-ears and have like a microphone that I can talk to them.
Yeah, I know Papadozio does that. Every time I've seen them, they have a mic. They'll just talk to the other. I think they're talking to the drummer, if I had to guess, but or maybe just the Lord. Maybe they're just praying in that time.
Yeah.
That's possible. It's just like, please God help me right now.
Yeah.
That's always.
I think the thing I'd worry about though, having the mic, is making sure I grab the right one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to grab the crowd mic and be like, hey, add a fill here.
Oh my God, John, you're so sexy. And they just, whoa. Like, what a sick pre-drop they got in this song,
Yeah.
That could be fun, man. So, like, whenever you're breaking it down without a band, like, what's your life set up like now? Like, do you try to incorporate any type of playing in yourself? Or, because I think I've seen you twice, if I'm not mistaken. I saw you at Halloween, and if I'm not mistaken, I've seen you at Buku before, too.
I haven't done Buku.
I'm so goddamn stupid.
I played. There's another festival in New Orleans that I played.
Voodoo.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Voodoo.
where I saw you.
Yeah. Usually I just perform with Ableton, APC 40 MK2, and then my Newmark Orbit, which is just a wireless MIDI controller I wear on my wrist, and it's for one-shot effects. Actually, I brought it.
Oh, shit. I know he brought a couple different things, dude. I'm excited to see what's in that bag.
Yeah, so this is what I use. It's a Newmark Orbit. They don't make them anymore, but it's basically a MIDI controller, 4 pad banks.
And you just did like a bunch of one-shots on here?
Yeah, so I have beat repeats on one side, flanges and phases on the other, and then I have different menus. This is like an older one. Yeah, the battery's dead on this
Please
one,
tell
but
me you got a trap horn. Just
I definitely got to put that on there.
damn, son, where'd you find this? I would just be fucking hitting the shit out of that horn, dude.
Yeah, I totally could actually. I'll have to do that.
That's cool. No, I definitely remember you having that wrist, that iced out MIDI controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you should ice it out. If it's on your wrist, like put some fucking fake diamonds or real. I don't know how you roll. You know what I mean? Just fucking ice that bitch out,
Yeah.
And just walk up in the club, you ain't even playing. That's just your swagger.
I wanted to actually put it on like a Mega Man looking kind of wrist thing.
Oh,
and then have that all light up and shoot a laser out of my hand or a
shit.
spotlight.
Yeah, hit someone in the eye,
Yeah.
get sued, it'd be awesome.
Like, you over here, how are you doing?
Dude, yeah, like strobes or something on there. That'd be
Yeah.
gangster. Or like did you ever watch Yu-Gi-Oh?
I haven't, but people have told me that.
Gotcha, like
it's
something like that, dude,
yeah.
where it's just like you just have your APC 40 on your arm.
Yeah.
That'd be tiring as shit. You're just dancing like a damn chicken. You know what I mean? It's fucking like this. That's crazy, man. Yeah. Have you tried to do like any more like wireless stuff too? Because I mean, don't give me like, correct me if I'm wrong. There's not many people doing that type of shit.
Yeah, I've had a wireless keytar before. I'll play keys occasionally. Bringing that around is really tricky sometimes, and I've had it fail on me. So I try to be compact and do DJ sets when I can. But I'll have a keytar, and I had a wireless audio interface, so I could get out in front and play it, and that was all wireless.
You ever struggle with latency on this like wireless shit?
Not too bad with the keytar. I did have briefly a MIDI keytar, and that was definitely latent. I was running it through virtual synths, and there was definitely a latency there. And then I ditched that, and I got a keytar that's just audio. So then I'm just running an audio signal to front of house wirelessly.
You ever thought about playing the skin flute on stage?
Like a balloon?
No, like your cock.
No.
Sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. I should honestly stop doing. I should just leave.
Way to kill the vibe, Mitch.
Yeah, dude. Fuck you, Jeremy. No, how long you been doing this? Because, dude, I've been a fan for you before I was like even into electronic music. You know what I mean? Like I've known about you for a very long time.
Yeah, I think we started Manic Focus in 2011. About 2011. I moved to Chicago from Minnesota. Moved in with my brother.
Minnesota.
Yeah, and we started the LLC, got everything sorted as a business, and then just started releasing music. And yeah, it's interesting because when we started, it was before Instagram was really a thing. TikTok didn't exist, and Facebook was a totally different landscape. And so getting our music out, SoundCloud was still really big.
Yeah.
And that helped a lot, but also music blogs. This Song is Sick helped us tremendously. And there was also, it was like a chat room. Turntable FM. Yeah. Which was like, have you heard of Turntable FM?
I think so.
Yeah, it's where you have like a little avatar, and then there are different kind of chat rooms.
Okay, I'm thinking of like a something like a chat room where I talk to strange men, but never mind. It's kind of the same, but with avatars, and they're DJs. So
Yeah, well, yeah. This was cool though, because you go in the room and there's like a crowd of people, and then there's a stage, and there's 5 different spots that you can jump on, and everybody that's on the stage gets to play a song, and then it moves to the next person. But what was cool is the crowd, if you like it, your character would start bobbing his head.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
So, and you could also at the time you could upload songs that weren't released. So Joe and I would upload songs and just try them out in these little Turntable FM chat rooms, and we got a following there. And then This Song is Sick was in one of the rooms. They heard our stuff, and then they started pushing our music.
Damn, I didn't realize how long The Song is Sick's been around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. So like that concept though isn't lost. So like it's just evolved. I know during quarantine, I know Lucid and Liquid Stranger did like a virtual reality party where like everybody like could walk around, hang out, have virtual drinks, and like they're literally behind the decks just DJing and shit.
Yeah, that's wild. I still have to try that out. I haven't done any of like the VR rave stuff, but I'm definitely excited for that.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, my brother had gotten a VR headset just to watch porn. So like he didn't even really like use all of its capabilities, like, but whatever. But like, yeah, dude, fucking yeah, I played Star Wars VR. I was Darth Vader, or Darth Vader was right in front of me teaching me the shit. Was cool.
That game is crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's probably the most visually striking VR game that I've played.
Dude, I was freaking out.
Yeah.
I was playing a show in Chicago. This guy brought it, and I was literally just freaking like I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So cool, man. Yeah. I mean, do you get worried about shit like that? Like, all right, so like say they do a virtual festival and like the experience is so insane, right? Like it's just absolutely insane that people will stop going to clubs or festivals. Like I worry about that shit.
I still think people will always have a desire to congregate in person and listen to music on loudspeakers. I think it's kind of a parallel. I don't think it necessarily conflicts, but I do think also quarantine made a lot of people introverted and less likely to go as they found all these new activities and stuff. So I think it could potentially help with, people going in these virtual raves and then, oh, like this is cool, but I'd like to actually hear on speakers and have a drink and whatever.
Dude, it did the opposite to me, bro. Fucking after that, I was like, I'm going out more than ever. I'm partying my ass off, having a good time, enjoying life, because I'm like, hey, they could bring us back inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how old are you?
26.
26.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
35. You look
Yeah.
great.
Oh, thank you.
You look great. I kind of age like a, you could say, like if I told you I was a 32-year-old lesbian, you probably believe it. But if I told you I was a 17-year-old baseball player, you might believe it too, dude. But you look like 25.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I'm lying. I'm lying. You look about 29.
Yeah.
You look great, dude.
Thank you.
What do you do? What's your secret, brother?
I don't really make a lot of music.
Hell yeah, dude. Are you still, because you've been in this for so fucking long, are you still just as hungry?
Yeah, and I think when it comes to actually producing, I think that's something I'll do for my whole life. I really love making music. I love experimenting with different genres, playing with new software, and collaborating with friends. And it's something I've always loved to do, and I think I'll do that my whole life. I think the road gets really tricky. I do enjoy playing shows. I think the landscape of touring, it can be really tough on you, especially if you've gone for a really long time, but it's still incredibly rewarding. I love meeting my fans and playing for them. But yeah, I think I'm still driven and definitely hungry to produce as much music as possible and put out as much music, and a variety of music too, really. Like, I love the funk electronic, but lately I've been experimenting with a little bit of house stuff, a little bit of like deeper bass music, lo-fi, all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really what I'm mainly in love with music-wise, is the actual production process, sitting and getting these thoughts out and playing with software.
Yeah, I had somebody ask me once if I had to give up, like, playing or producing, which one would I give up? And I was like, I'd give up playing.
Yeah.
Just, like, I love that I can come in here every day and work on tunes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I want to play a show every single day. I don't know if there's anything out in the world that I'd want to do every single day, but music is always like, yeah, I'm down to, like, even if it's just something as simple as like just playing guitar or like playing some drums, it's just something I do every day.
Yeah. And I'm the same way too. And I feel like music, especially producing it, for me is very healing. If I'm in a dark place or even happy place, like just being able to get those feelings out into some sort of concrete, tangible, sonic space is really helpful for me. And yeah, I think I love producing music.
Yeah, I like having something I'm stoked on. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like when you write something new and you just want to show everybody who comes over, or like, you're not playing a show, so fuck it, I'm gonna do a live stream and just show somebody. You know what I mean? Like that's like the best feeling when you write something you're just like hella stoked on it.
Yeah.
Or like it's even a good feeling when you write something you're not stoked on it and you play it live and it pops. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I guess it's a banger.
That's one of the most eye-opening things for me, is when sometimes I'll spend months on a song. I'll dial it in, get the mix exactly how I want it, spend countless hours on it, and it doesn't get the crowd reaction I was going for. And then I'll spend an hour in a hotel room right before a set just throwing stuff at the wall. It's like, oh, here's something simple, and the crowd goes nuts. And I'm like, man, do I have this backwards? Like, why? I got to simplify my stuff. And so I think that's a really cool part about playing live, is connecting with people and seeing, like, am I on a wavelength that I'm just by myself out in space, or is this connecting with other people? Like, do other people am I communicating this idea properly?
Oh, it definitely sucks whenever you have something you're hella stoked on and then you're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It'd be like that though sometimes, dude.
Yeah. Or there's a lot of songs too. I have countless starts to songs, and one day I'll sit down for several hours, start something, and then I'll go back like a week later and I'm like, man, I don't really like that anymore.
Yeah.
But somebody else might like it. So
that's me every week. I'm like, oh, my music fucking sucks. Next week I'm like, I'm the shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. One wild thing I think is the happy accidents.
Yeah.
Hunting for those. I saw Skrillex producing in a studio once, and it was like one of the craziest experiences ever, because he works really fast, And one of the coolest tips I took from that was watching how he'll flip tempos. So he'll be working in like 75 BPM and then randomly just go up 120. And I noticed
Like automated or just like fucking take the whole project?
He'll have this little like, 8-bar loop and he'll be working and then he's like, oh, let's try this faster. Bam. And just cranks the whole tempo. He's like, is there anything there? How about slower? Bam. And like, usually when I'm making beats, I'll sit on a loop for hours.
Yeah.
Making hip hop beats back in high school where I would make a beat and my friends would write to it. Like that's just kind of how I operate. But watching him fly through tempos, I noticed like that's where you can really get those happy accidents more frequently. Because you'll write something at this slow tempo, you speed it up and the synth does some weird glitch and you're like, oh wait, what was that?
How'd y'all end up in the studio together?
I was on tour with Big Gigantic and I was on a tour with them for a month, and halfway through they opened for Skrillex for like 4 shows. And I wasn't on the shows, but
On the bus.
I was on the bus.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we got to hang out with them and one of the nights I think we were in Pittsburgh and we went to his studio and Dom and I are just like watching him work, and it was just like, yo, this dude's a whole nother level. He would, in like 3 minutes he would have like a whole beat, and then something would happen, he'd delete the whole thing and then have another beat, and it was like, it's like watching somebody play jazz but in Ableton. It was insane.
Just goes so quick.
Yeah.
Damn, man, that's got to be crazy. Like I'd say I'd be nervous, but I don't know how I'd be in a studio with Skrillex, dude.
Well, and I wasn't collaborating. We were just kind of
watching.
there, just watching.
Just like, hey, can we watch you work?
Yeah, he's super kind.
Yeah, like,
chill
hey,
dude.
can I watch you sleep? That's what probably, whatever you want to share. I'm down to open. I'm down to fucking watch. That's cool though. Would you say that's like was that the craziest producer you've been in the studio with, you think?
I think Griz is probably the craziest. As far as I actually worked on a song with him, so like collaborating with him, learning from him. He's one of those guys who, like, I think a lot of producers, there's the sound that you want to make and what you can make. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that if there's a synthesizer sound in your head or some particular sound, I feel like we're always reaching for that. And Grant's one of the guys who can just like nail that. Like he sits down, opens a initialized synth, and next thing you know, it's like bam, he nailed that sound that he wanted out of just a saw wave or whatever. And I think he's got a really cool like vision for how things sound. His drums are amazing.
Yeah. So I have a song with him. But I didn't get to sit down with him. It was just we were sending it back and forth. But we had it done in like a day.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah.
Ableton.
Because I'd asked him to be on the podcast like a year ago, and he was like, yeah, I'll come on the show only if we do a track together. I'm like, I guess.
Yeah. I bet it sounds sick too.
It's awesome. But yeah, and when I was just like, whenever he told me that, I'm like, okay. And I'm literally sat down at that moment. I'm like, I got to send him something. He's like, yep, this is it. And then he sent it to me. I sent it to him. The next day, he sent it back to me. The next day, I sent it back to him. It was done. Yeah. That quick.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not sitting on this. I'm like, let's roll, troll. You know what I'm speaking?
Yeah. He can really, like, if there's an idea and a spark, like, he runs with it. And he keeps fanning those flames until it's done.
Hell yeah.
I think a lot of people, myself included, struggle with kind of keeping that inspiration and that energy up to actually see an idea through. And he's really brilliant at being able to finish those ideas.
Oh, dude, he's definitely he's like definitely an angel. Like, I mean, he's my favorite artist, straight up. He has been forever. Yeah. I followed him for a while. Like I followed his tour.
Oh, wow.
Way back, like probably like in 2014 or something like that.
Would you remember what tour it was?
Nope. I just remember I saw him 4 times in a month.
Nice.
It's the same set every time, but I didn't give a fuck, dude. I didn't care. I was all about it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. But do you ever like sit down, like, are you sitting down with musicians and stuff when you're producing? Because your stuff is very like, at least like the stuff I've been listening to lately, or just stuff I know from you in the past, is just very musical and instrumental driven.
Yeah. So my last record, Lost in a Digital World, I recorded a lot of that in New Orleans.
Hey, bro,
Yeah.
look at this.
Yeah.
Shout out Nola, bro. Who that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. I just got I got excited, dude.
No, I love New Orleans, and down there, man, people can play. So I worked at the studio, Neutral Sound Studio. Andrew Block helped me a lot with the album. We got some really cool players and singers on that. And just the energy of New Orleans and working in a studio that you're able to work with all this analog gear, pianos, like drums, all that was really awesome. So because then I can write the music, I don't have to sample it or whatever.
Yeah.
One of my favorite musicians though to work with is Borm Lee from Break Science, and he plays in the Pretty Lights band. He and we lived together in Chicago for like a year, and then he moved out here, and we've been working together quite a bit. And I think he and I are like on the most similar wavelength when it comes to producing.
I love Break Science, by the way.
Yeah.
I should throw that out there.
Yeah, Borm and Adam are phenomenal
Yeah.
musicians. But yeah, working with Borm and Adam, it's just a really cool experience because we can push each other, but also we have like similar tastes in music. So I think that's a really important thing when you're collaborating, is being on that wavelength, and that's what makes it really enjoyable.
Yeah, that's what's up. I got a pretty good so like New Orleans, so many musicians and artists run through that bitch. And I have a story actually that I'd never told, but I had a buddy who was working at a studio downtown New Orleans, and this girl walked in and she was like, "Hey, I'm here to be in studio, whichever number was Pretty Lights was down there doing an album or something like that." And so he takes this girl into the studio. He's asking her, "Hey, what's your name?" By the time he drops her off, fucking Cardi B and Travis Scott was there too.
Just at the studio in New Orleans?
Yeah, just hanging out. Travis Scott, Cardi B, and fucking Pretty Lights.
They were all in the same session?
I believe so. That is the story I was
way.
told. That was the story I was told. It might be fake news, but if they weren't in the same studio, they were in the same building, which had multiple studios.
You know what that building was?
No.
I've been in that building before, at least where Derek's studio is.
Gotcha.
And
Well,
they do have a bunch of different studios in there.
That more than likely is it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that story is true.
That'd be pretty wild.
Yeah. Cardi B on a Pretty Light song talking about her pussy. I would pay for that shit all day, dude. That'd be great, man.
Yeah.
That'd be a hit. I don't know if that makes you uncomfortable saying that out loud. I apologize.
I know the truth about WAP.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. When we grew up, we had fucking, Boosie saying, "Do what you do, but watch my shoe." These kids growing up are like, "Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy." You know what I mean? It's getting out of hand, man.
Oh man.
I heard my little niece singing that one day, and I was like, "No!"
Man.
Sorry to make you uncomfortable. I apologize.
all good.
All right, we'll see how it goes. Dude, so you beat in this for so long. This is a great segue. I just bust them out. But you be doing this for so long. What would you say would be like the main thing that has kept you relevant? The main thing that's kind of kept you having a career since? I mean, you said 2011. That was that's 13 or 14 years ago. That's 11 years.
Yeah, it's just about
11 years. Yeah.
I think just really producing as much music as possible. I think that's really the key to staying in the game, is just keep making music as much as you can and try to release regularly. But I think also I've had a lot of fans that have been with me the whole ride, and they're amazing, wonderful people who bring other people in. And I think if you have albums and you have a body of work that a new listener can dig into, I think that helps a lot. So like if you're first starting, I know it's like a singles driven market right now, but having whole bodies of work that a random person can turn to and be like, "Oh, like I like this song, but he's got like 40 other songs. So like, let me check these out." That's how you really tap into like a diehard fan base and people who will come to your shows and your festival sets by having like a big body of content.
That makes sense. I mean, just whenever you're talking about when you started out, it was just like SoundCloud and then like Strange Man FM. What was the name of it?
Turntable FM.
Turntable. I was close. But you know, like now it's like very like social media, like brand driven. A lot of times it's not even about the music anymore. Have you had to like kind of adapt to that new wave, and what's that like been for you?
So that's been a tricky part. I think the branding and image and all that stuff is a totally different game. Like I love producing music, putting music out. That's my strength, and trying to come up with, you know, like a whole different approach, like the marketing side. We're still working on that. I've been doing these things called like a DJ does something. Have you seen it on Instagram? Basically, I'll take my camera out and I'll say like, I'll just take a bunch of like 1 or 2 second video clips, and then I'll put them together in a 30-second video, and I'll just narrate over it. And
give me one that you've done.
The most recent one I did was like a DJ at a grill out. So like,
Where do I plug in, bro?
Wait, what?
Where do I plug in, bro? At a barbecue? Everyone's just cooking. It's like, where do I plug in?
It's not anything with like actually DJing at these things.
Oh.
It's like I'm just a DJ and I'm grocery shopping. So then it's like a DJ at a grocery store. So then it's just me going through the grocery store like, oh yeah, like look at all this food. It's just like super random. It kind of inspired by the Rick and Morty interdimensional cable, with that kind of random improv feel.
Got you.
And it's helped a lot. I'd love to make one here. It's like, hey, I'm a DJ at a podcast.
Yeah, that's what DJs do. They podcast.
This is my first podcast, man.
Let's go.
Cool. Yeah.
Let's go. Hopefully this is the best one you ever do.
Oh, it's the best one I've done.
Oh, that's a given. But I hope they're all terrible. Oh, no, I won't say I hope they're terrible. I just hope they're not as good.
It's gonna be difficult. I don't think there will be. This is a blast.
I like your attitude.
Thank you.
I like how
your attitude.
Yeah, dude.
as well.
I like your face, man.
Your face is very pleasant as
Yeah,
well.
you got a nice one. I like how curly your hair is.
Yo, I love your curls too.
Yeah, dude. I like the chain.
Huh?
I ain't wearing a chain, but you know.
I like your jacket.
Thanks, dude. Thanks, brother. I like how gangster your shirt is. Your shirt even has a chain.
Yeah, I got a little chain.
2 chains, but I got me a few on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude, with you like sampling so much hip hop back in the day, and like I mean, even though like you're kind of like in this funk kind of almost, I don't want to say glitch hoppy, but like just this funk style of bass music. Dude, are you trying to work with some of these like rappers, or have you ever had like hip hop guys that like you shocked like they hit you up? Like, is there anybody that you're trying to get out there?
Oh man, that's actually, it's always kind of been my dream prior to even this whole dance music thing, was producing for other artists. Like as in high school, I was a big Dr. Dre, Scott Storch fan. Those were the producers that inspired me to make beats, and I always wanted to work with like Rihanna or Jay-Z, you know, be the guy in the studio that's like making these beats.
Dude, Jay-Z
like,
on a Manic Focus track.
and that'd be incredible.
You nuts.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of the realm that I was aiming for when I started making beats, was, you know, it's kind of, I guess like what Benny Blanco does today, or Murda Beats.
Dude,
you know?
it'd be like, I got 99 problems, but a Wook ain't one. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z was on that bitch, dude. That'd be awesome. Sorry to interrupt you. I just had that in my head. I had to get it, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I still aspire to do that and work with some bigger vocalists. And yeah, one day.
I mean, I feel like at this point you have such a nice like reputation just over the music. I mean, anybody who talks about Manic Focus, like, the music's fucking solid, always has been. So dude, you might have enough clout to try it, bro. Have you tried? Like, have you reached out, or has anyone reached out to you and you're like, oh, what the fuck?
Not yet, man. Not yet. Hopefully they'll see the stream. Rihanna, you know, I want to do a track.
Actually, Rihanna she's like one of the biggest fans of this podcast. She listens every episode, every week. She tunes in. Sometimes she calls in on the hotline. You know, Rihanna, that's my bitch. So, you know, so she'll call in and say what's good. You know, like, so thank you for tuning in every week, Rihanna. I appreciate you. And, you know, dude, a Chance the Rapper in you would be fucking legendary.
That'd be wild.
That'd be great, dude. Like, so, like, do you wanting to just produce, like, for hip-hop people, like, has that not been a realm that I feel like there's so many hip hop artists aspiring. I feel like you could do that if you really wanted to.
Yeah, and I have worked with this rapper Psalm One and Prob Cause as well. Like
I love Probable Cause, yeah.
those two MCs have been phenomenal to work with. I've worked with another guy, Quentin Moore. He goes by Fresh Quo from Minnesota.
It's a cool name.
Yeah, he's super dope vocal lyricist, and but yeah, I'd love to work with bigger art. Like JID, I think would be a really awesome collab with. He's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, JID, Chance, like pretty much anybody. Vic Mensa, like a lot of these bigger hip hop names. I always wanted to work with Atmosphere or Brother Ali.
Yeah.
I'm from the Twin Cities, so any of the Rhyme Sayers artists would be pretty cool. But yeah, just yeah.
Would you say it was easier to start working with other artists like whenever you moved out here to Denver? Was it just more accessible?
Yeah, yes and no. I think I moved out in 2019 and then lockdown, and then I got super introverted. So like collaborating has been tricky. But now I'm collaborating with some other artists, MZG, Pfeiffer, some smaller artists that I really believe in. I think are gonna blow up. Motif, and I've been working a lot with Borum too. He lives out here, so but yeah, I think the scene here is so awesome.
It's crazy.
Everybody's out here, and there's like so much inspiration and energy. Is amazing,
dude. I've loved it. I've been out here for 2 months. It's been fucking. I've gone literally. I go out probably like 3-4 times a week, just fucking meeting people, saying hey. It's just so. And I've gone to like just every type of party you can think of. And it's just been so much. I've never gone out and been like, well, that wasn't fun. Every time I've gone out, I'm like, what a good night. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's always been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoy it.
Nice.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy you, dude. Well, we talked a lot about the music stuff, dude, but you mentioned to it before this podcast, You big into magic, dude?
Yeah. A sleight of hand magic. I love magic.
Wait, sleight of hand magic, is that different from just like, Alakazam or like?
Yeah, it's like yeah, close-up card magic, stuff that doesn't necessarily require gimmicks. I used to work in this magic shop at the Mall of America, and it was a really awesome spot to get a lot of practice in. Because magic's one of those things when you get into doing magic tricks, if you buy a magic trick, you learn it, and then, like, who do you show? You show, like, your family, your friends, but you don't really have a lot of opportunity. If you screw up one of those times, it's like, well, how many other people can I show? But at the magic shop, I would get people just cycling through so I could learn new stuff. And it's like just an endless stream of being able to practice. And then I did a couple like private parties. And actually before Manic Focus, I was going to be a magician. I even got the business cards printed
Dude, what's
out.
your magician name?
It was
I gotta
just
know.
J-Mac Magic.
Oh, dude.
It wasn't anything super
Manic
crazy.
Focus on this. Now it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Something
Magic Pocus.
Yeah. That'd be good, man. Oh shit, he's busting out the cards. Let me ask you this before you do this.
Yeah.
So you ain't doing no voodooery, because I come from New Orleans. That's all the voodooery.
No. This is like just card tricks and stuff, like Penn and Teller kind of stuff. I love Penn and Teller, Darren Brown, and David Blaine. That kind of stuff.
God also had powers, but some would call it magic. But dude, fucking dude, I had a girl that was mad at me. She was gonna put a hex on me, and it was down in New Orleans. I believed her. I said, "Hey, please don't."
That sounds
I didn't mean what I said. I didn't know what I said, but
Yeah.
All right, what you showed me here?
All right, so I got a deck. You can pick any card you want.
I'm gonna pick the one you don't think I'm gonna pick. Does it have to be just right here?
No, you can
Anyone?
Yeah. All right, you got it. Now you can show it to the camera.
Got that, Jeremy?
All right, I'll take it back.
Slowly take it back. Faster, harder. Okay, there we go.
So we're gonna put it in the deck. All right.
All right.
You got it.
Okay.
All right. So push it all the way in. Right.
Always.
There's nothing in my right hand. All right. There's nothing in my left.
Okay.
Okay. Here, hold your hand out.
Like that?
Other way. Now just pull the card. Oh.
Whoa. Shut the fuck up, dude. Dude, I didn't. That was so quick. Do another one, dude. That fucked me up. Hey, this is the first Magic we've had on here.
Here's one that we could do for people listening.
Okay.
So take any 9 cards out of the deck.
9 cards.
9 cards.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, 9 cards.
Now, if you're just listening.
Wait,
and
let me
you're
make
not
sure I
watching the
counted
video,
right.
This is called the 9 card trick. So you take 9 cards.
Okay.
Any 9 cards. You can mix them up.
Okay, I got 9 cards.
So you have 9 cards.
All right, do I show them the camera?
Oh,
Or no, it's just for people
well,
listening.
for people. So all right, now once you have them, you're gonna hold the cards like a poker hand, like you're doing.
All right.
And now the 3rd card from the left. That will be your card.
Okay.
Keep it there.
All right.
You got it. Yeah,
Jeremy, see that?
show.
Got it.
Now
Cool.
put that card back where it was.
Where it was? Okay.
Yeah. All right. Now you're going to square the cards up, hold them like in dealer position, so face down in your hand like this.
Got you. Like
Now
that.
now we're going to find the card in a very unique way.
Okay.
So we're going to spell the card. So say for example the card was a 6, you would spell S-I-X and you deal them face down.
Is that how you spell
onto this.
6?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just make sure.
So whatever you don't have to tell me what the card is, but
Okay.
whatever the first part of the card is, spell that, deal that onto the table.
So spell.
So like if you had Queen of Hearts, you would spell Queen.
Okay. What if I had like 6 of
You would spell S-I-X.
Okay,
So
so-
just the first part.
E?
No, deal the cards
Oh.
down.
E?
So, you don't have to say it. Just deal them down on top of each other.
Okay. Got you.
All right, now put all the rest of the cards on top. Square them up. And now we're going to spell of. So deal 2 down. O-F. Yeah, on top.
Okay. Oh, my bad. Yeah.
And then put those on top.
All right.
And now you're going to deal the suit. So if it was hearts, you deal H-E-A-R-T-S.
What are all the suits?
Hearts, clubs, spades, diamonds.
You forgot, didn't you?
What's a spade look like?
Well, yeah. So
I'm just making sure I don't have the wrong or right one.
this is a spade.
Got you.
This
Cool.
is a club.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what? So tell me what I'm doing again.
You're going to deal it down. So if it's spades, you would go S-P-A-D-E-S.
Got you.
Yeah. And then put everything on top.
All right.
All right. And now if you spread the cards out.
Here, I'm
Yeah.
gonna let you do it. You're
So
professional.
if you spread the cards out, right?
Okay.
Your card, if done correctly, will
I'm also dyslexic, so if I spelled something wrong, it's not my
it will
fault.
be-
Blame God.
It'll be the middle card.
Fuck, dude! He got it. Hold on, I'm showing my camera. He got it,
Yeah.
dude.
That's called the 9 card trick. It's a really awesome, beautiful math trick. It works every time.
So, like, are you counting the whole time, or are you just doing like
That's like
equations, or is it just happen? It's just
that trick is self-working. So like
Okay, bet.
it works with like any 9 cards, and yeah, you have 9 cards, and then whatever card when you're holding them like a poker hand, 3rd card from the left, so 8 of spades in this case, and then if you spell them like G-H-T-O-F-S-P-A-D-E-S, bam. And now it's always going to be the 5th card.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah.
You got any more? I'm
Yeah,
loving this.
I can jam.
Let's
all day.
jam, dude. I'm having fun with this. I hope
Maybe
everyone
you-
watching, if you're listening, go fuck yourself. You should watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, you can mix them up.
Okay. So like, how often are you sitting here practicing Magic? I know you're big on the music production, but like, is this something that you just do in your free time? Is this something you did to pick up the ladies? Like, does it work with the ladies? Like, what? Well, I know you have a girlfriend, but like, back in the Dizzy, you know what I mean? But like, I'm curious how much you spend on Magic.
I kind of bounce back and forth between Magic and music. I spend more time on music, but even when I'm working on music, I like to have a deck of cards in my hand or something just to play with. And You
I
know,
just have
if I'm
something in my hands
if
to
I'm
play with,
stuck
too.
on music, then I'll go to Magic, or if I'm watching TV, it's just yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've been doing it for a long time, and I just really enjoy it. As far as just another hobby, I think is important.
Yeah.
in
When'd you
creative
when'd you
arts.
start it? Start doing
I'd
it.
say like, what was it, 8? Yeah, about 8.
2008 or 8 years
no,
ago?
when I was 8 years old. So
Oh
like,
shit!
back in the 90s.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
How did it work with the ladies when you were younger?
Not as well as you think.
Okay. You never know, dude. You never find a girl that's into magic.
Yeah, so it's mixed up, right?
Yep.
All right. And you checked them out. It's not like a trick deck or anything.
No, it's a normal deck.
All right, pick any card you like.
Okay.
Just grab one.
Any card.
Yep. All right, show them the 10 of hearts.
All right, look away. I'm showing my camera.
You show them the 10 of hearts.
How'd you know that?
Oh, I was just like a yes. So I'll take it back.
That's bullshit. You already know, dude.
Well, it's a normal deck, right? You checked it out. There's nothing funny.
Do you just
about
know where every card is in the
No,
deck at all?
That would
Dude,
be wild.
that was
Sure.
you didn't even see me do it, but you knew where the card
Oh,
was.
here, pick a different one. They're all
Okay,
different.
okay, we'll pick
Any-
a different
any
one.
other one
And
you
I'm gonna show your camera, so there's the chance
Yeah.
that you don't see.
Wait, hold on. Sorry.
All right.
Pick anyone you want.
Jeremy, on his camera.
Yeah, I'm on his
All
camera.
right, you got it.
Got it.
Cool. Let's see. A lot of times too here, say stop whenever you want.
I'll never say stop. Stop. Keep going.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You can stop.
All right, yeah. You put it there. Cool. So it's in the deck. And give it a cut.
So,
Yeah.
all right.
You want to cut it again?
Cut it. Hey, cut it.
Yeah. So at a certain point in Magic, you stop learning. You know, I always like learn tricks, but at a certain point, you just learn moves, and then you're just like jamming. You're just stringing moves together and having a lot of fun with just different productions, kind of making tricks up as you go, which is a good time. But anyway,
Nope.
it's not that.
Mm-mm.
All right, let me see your hands. Here, both of them. Are you right or left-handed?
I'm left-handed.
Left-handed?
Yeah.
All right, put your left hand on top of the 8. Don't let go of the 8. All right, now whenever you want, say stop.
Okay. Stop.
Right there?
Yep.
All right, so full deck of cards is how many cards?
I have no idea.
52.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you for teaching
So
me
it's
that.
a 1 in what chance that you just
One in,
landed?
one in actually 1 in 50.
Yeah.
1 because I'm holding a
Because
card.
you're holding the 8 of spades. So what if I could switch it with the 8 that you're holding on to?
Shut up, dude. Don't do me like this. What, dude? How, dude? That was insane. I didn't do anything, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit this.
Yeah, dude, hit it, man. You can hit whatever you want. Dude, this is fucking awesome.
Oh, here, we'll do it again.
That fucked me
Yeah.
up.
So, yeah.
Dude, it was in my hand.
You watch the ace, right?
Okay.
You can push it in there. All right, now I need you to find the ace as fast as you can.
Oh, bro.
All right?
I mean, you got to do a better job putting it out there. Oh, shit. As fast as I can. All right. I got it. Do I pull it out?
No, that's the club.
That's-
See right there. Or that's space. You had clubs.
Did you eat it? Did you eat it? How? How did that
It's
happen?
under the vape.
Bro, this is awesome, man.
Okay,
This
we'll take the 8.
Okay.
Or the ace is yours. Do you want a different card? Or
Yeah, let's get a different
All right,
card.
we'll get
It's been on the side. You got too
Yeah.
excited.
We'll get a different card. All right, choose any other card you want.
Jeremy, is this fucking you up right now?
It is.
Okay.
I love Magic. I was standing on the side of the street in New Orleans for hours watching this.
Okay, Jeremy, see that?
Hold on. Got it.
Okay.
All right, we'll put it back in the deck.
All right.
All right, how many cards did you say are going like on top of your card?
A lot.
It's a lot, right?
Yes.
Like we know it's not on the top, it's not on the bottom. Right? Can the camera see this?
Is everything good?
All right, we're,
Oh, you're zooming out. Got you.
all right. It's not on top. It's not on the bottom.
Let me see the bottom. Okay.
Right. That it?
Bro, this shit's awesome, man.
Nice.
Like, let's keep going, dude. This is fantastic. This is the content I'm hyped on.
Nice. All right. So when you're doing magic, wait, do you want the 4? We can stay with the 4.
Okay,
All right.
sure.
Or you can switch it if you want.
We'll stay with the 4
All right.
because I switch it doesn't fucking matter.
So when you're doing magic, the thing is when it's in the deck, the longer it's in the deck, the harder it is to find. So I snap and it comes to the top, right?
What?
Wait.
Dude, what? No, you saw that too? That's
so,
bull.
so push it in.
Okay.
Right? You snap like that and it comes to the top.
How?
Right? Now watch. It will take it and push it in, right? It's not on the top. Just push it in, snap, and it comes to the
Dude,
top.
shut up. Shut the fuck up. Joe, do you know how to do this shit?
I've seen him do it enough to where I can catch probably more than.
Oh, dude, I ain't catching nothing but just the devil in them.
Well, here, you push it in, right? Take the 4. Well, push it all the way in.
Slow or hard or fast? Like,
Whatever. works.
okay, yeah. Was that good for
Right.
you? Shut the fuck up.
That's for the viewers at home.
That's the one that I don't get how he gets
Yeah.
people with it. Obviously.
It's because they're all, oh.
Oh! Dude, this is incredible.
Thank you.
This is incredible, man. You're fucking. How long did it take to get good at this?
I've been doing this shit since
Way too long.
way too long.
You said you were about 8.
Yeah, 8. But then like the actual sleight of hand stuff, I didn't start taking seriously till I was like 18.
How much
17.
practice does this type of shit take?
Oh man, quite a bit. But like I said, I worked in this magic shop, and so having people to practice on, and also other magicians would come into the shop and you pick up tricks here and there. So that helps a tremendous amount. It's actually because that's the hardest part. Is I think you get a trick and then you want to show people, but actually part of doing and practicing the trick is showing people. And if you don't have enough people to show, or you just show a couple of your friends, then it's like, you know.
Dude, it's got to
where
be
you
like
go.
such a high when everyone's like me
Yeah,
freaking out. You got to be
yeah.
like, you
No,
got to love
I
that type
it. I love it. It's just, I love like kind of the theory and psychology behind magic and kind of breaking down that logical side so the childlike wonder side can come out.
Oh, dude, I'm feeling like a child. You have any more? Give me, dude. I'm having too much fun doing this. This is great. All right, why you do this magic trick, man? Like, if you could get a job as like, or go on tour and just do like, have you ever thought about doing that? Like,
Yeah.
Manic focus, like maybe like a matinee style on the early show is just magic. Have you ever thought about that?
I've done like maybe 2 meet and greets with magic. I do like, I used to go to like after parties after my shows, and then there'd be like a deck on the table.
Oh, and they're high on drugs. They're like, what?
But it's like in college and just really anywhere. If there's like a party, and it's even more fun if like the deck is like got beer spilt on it or something, like the deck is just almost ruined.
Yeah.
Because then you do it with that, and then it's like an extra level of like, oh, it's our deck and it's got all this beer on it, and it's like a whole nother level.
There's
of-
acid on the cars, man.
Yeah. Pick another one.
Okay.
See, you're it's interesting. You've got a cool pattern of like choosing.
I'm trying to. What happened, Jeremy? Oh, again, both of us. I got you. Yeah. I'm trying my best to just do what you're not thinking. You got that, Jeremy?
I'm gonna stand up.
I was gonna stand.
I'll do a little standing. Is this right? Can you still see me in the frame?
He's got you on that camera.
Got me. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. I'll take the card.
All right.
All right. One last peek. Goes in the deck. And notice I'm wearing short sleeves, but it goes into my pocket.
No way.
You didn't see that go? It went right into my pocket. It's the Queen of Spades, right?
Yes.
Was it Queen of Spades? Oh, close. Yeah, but here's the crazy thing. Watch.
Okay.
Queen.
Okay. How? All right.
Right.
Actually, I don't
Watch.
want to know.
Watch.
Part of the fun.
Right. Watch the Queen.
All right.
don't take your eye off it, right? Watch. You seeing it?
No, your hand's over it.
Right? And it's in my pocket. All right, it's gone.
Let me see your hand.
Oh, you gotta do that again. Do it again.
Well, it's in my pocket.
Wait. What the F? Look at those old David Blaine videos. What the F?
Yeah, we'll do this one more time.
Okay.
I'll do this one more time.
All right.
You know where it starts. You know where it's going.
All right.
Okay, put the queen here. All right. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. It's in my pocket.
What the fuck?
All right. There's nothing in my hand.
All right.
Check it out.
Fucking. Oh, that ain't it.
Oh, wait, I gotta back up.
Okay.
It's gotta be one of these. Hang on. Yes.
Wait. What?
Is any... There you go.
Dude, if you did this back home, they'd try to give you an exorcism, dude. This shit, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is awesome. This
Thank
is
you.
so great, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I love doing magic.
That's
so.
definitely the coolest thing that has happened on this show.
Oh, wow. Honored, man. Thank you.
Jeremy, how do you feel about this right now?
I'm mind blown over here. I'm uncomfortable because I don't know what happened. I am completely mind fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I don't know how it didn't work with the ladies, dude, because I'm erect, you know. But you know, that's just me. That's just me dealing with my stuff, you know. Wow,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
Thank you.
Wow, what other stuff? I love talking about stuff outside of music with people, man. Outside of magic, like what do you like to get into?
I mean, the magic and music are kind of, as far as like skill-based hobbies, those are the two I'm most invested in. I like playing video games occasionally.
What you playing?
I've been playing Fortnite, like Fortnite no build recently. But I'm terrible at it. Tony Hawk was my game. Like I love Tony Hawk.
Oh, the 64 back in the day.
64 was good. I really like Tony Hawk Underground.
Yeah,
I think I like 2 and 3, but once I got Underground and the online on that was amazing, and I just love you could just combo forever.
Yeah.
And there was something very zen about like, oh, I'm just doing all these tricks, trying to keep it balanced. I really
Did you skateboard at all?
No.
No. See, I was a big
I've tried.
skateboarder. We'd skate all day and then go play Skate as soon as we got back to the house.
Skate, that's
Yeah.
a good one too.
A damn good one.
Yeah. They're coming out with Skate 4.
About fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since I've been getting some magic, and
Yeah.
that was impressive, dude. Like,
Thank
I'm
you.
still like, I don't even know where to take the rest of this podcast.
Yeah. We talk about magic. And have you heard of Darren Brown?
No.
Yo, check his stuff out on Netflix. That guy he is probably my favorite. Him and Penn and Teller, and then David Blaine.
Dude,
Those are my favorite.
I hope
guys.
after this podcast, people seeing it, if your fans already didn't know about you, like, I really hope one day you do like a matinee style show or like a tour where it's an early show, it's all magic, and you
Yeah.
bring like local magicians and you do
That would be
magic.
dope.
I'm doing that kind of I'm doing that with comedy.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Hell
Where
yeah.
early will be stand-up comedy, and then later will be the dance show. But, dude, a magic show, bro?
Yo, we got to do a magic comedy show, man.
Oh, dude.
That would be fun.
It's kind of what just happened. But,
Hell
like,
yeah.
I was just too mind-blown to make jokes.
Yeah,
They're like, it's in my pants. It's in my cock. You got to suck it out. You know? Something like that. It's inside my sister. Got to go in there again. See, that would be great, dude. If you'd pay tickets to see that, let us know in the YouTube comments, please. We can make this happen. But you got to get my sister here. All right, I'm done, dude. I'm fucking around.
But yeah, Darren Brown on Netflix, he does some really amazing I'm trying to transition back
I'm sorry,
into the
dude.
wholesome.
I make it so weird all the time, brother. I can't help it. I can't help it.
Yeah, but anywho, hi, I'm a DJ doing a podcast.
Yeah, dude. I'm a DJ doing my sister. So let's dude, that's incredible, man. I'm just so like flabbergasted. Jeremy, you got to take the reins right here, dude. Do you have anything you want to ask Manic Focus, man?
All right, so you were talking about how you DJ on an APC 40. I've seen a bunch of my favorite artists do that, like Charles the First, Super Taz, Tadaka. What's the advantages of doing it that way over working with just CDJs? Because aren't you DJing strictly out of Ableton with straight MP3 and audio files and manipulating it that way, or is there more to it or less to it?
I think the beauty of Ableton DJ sets is it's really endless as far as what you can do, but having unlimited effects and being able to stem stuff out and throw extra stuff. There's a lot you can do on an Ableton DJ setup that you can't do on CDJs. Now, I am transitioning into CDJ sets. I'm trying to make my set a little more friendly for that, but on an APC, especially with a band, I can send a click and I can loop parts and I can just have so many more effects. I could do a lot more with my songs. When I first did a CDJ tour with Liquid Stranger, I think it was 2018.
Did y'all play Martin's in Jackson, Mississippi? No, 2018. Never mind. I'm thinking of something else. My bad.
We did. It was called the Hypercolor tour, and Martin is on CDJs for his whole set. So I did my first set on that tour with Ableton, and then he's like, "No, John, you need to do CDJs." And so in my old Ableton set, I would play songs for like 3 minutes, but I had all these effects and stuff, so I could really like do stuff. And then I just dumped that set onto a flash drive, and I'm up there doing CDJs, and I would have all of my CDJs loaded and one of them playing a 3-minute song, and I just don't have, like, I'm not busy enough up there. And I was like, man, like, I really got to make these edits in like minute songs, minute and a half. Once you get that part down for CDJs, I think it's a lot of fun. But when it comes to actually playing with a band or adding acapellas and other stuff like that, I think Ableton is amazing for that. But
If you could play with the band the whole time, like if you could just tour with the band full time, would you do it?
If I had the resource, like if I had a bus and a tour manager and sound guy, I think having a dedicated sound guy for a band
It's huge.
is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause you just to have it dialed the same way every night.
Oh, bro, I used to tour in bands, and you know
Yeah.
we'd play in some weird places with some really shitty sound systems, and not a sound guy, just the promoter coming in and turning it up.
You played in like a metal band? Or?
Oh yeah, I played in so many different bands, man. I played metal bands. I played in a funk band, like a jam band. I played like in a 90s rock band. I did like a country. The last band I was in, we were a jam. We're like a jam southern soul band. So like it still had like a little like kind of bluesy style to it, a little bit of like twang to it, but it was a jam band. And dude, that band was fucking awesome. And it was just at a weird point in time where everyone was going their separate ways, but I was just with a group of guys where everybody was really good at their instruments, and we would jam every single day, and we just had fun. Like the songs, like no lyrics, just straight jam songs. They were awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a blast. Was guitar your instrument in all these
Drums.
bands?
Drums. Yeah, drums. I'm a
man.
drummer. I don't know if you saw the drum kit out there, but yeah, you'll see it when you walk
Yeah,
out.
I've always wanted to play drums.
You can play after this, dude.
Yeah, I'd love to attempt.
Yeah, I can teach you some stuff.
Yeah.
I've been a drummer since I was 9.
Nice. That's your main instrument?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I play
yeah.
a little bit of other stuff, but drums is my main thing.
Nice. Have you talked to Adam Deitch yet or hung out with him?
No.
You know Adam Deitch?
No.
This is a drummer for Lettuce.
I love Lettuce. I've seen them live many times.
Deitch is, I got to introduce you. He's a beast.
Fuck, dude, you ever listen to Talk?
Yeah.
Dude, their
little bit.
drummer
Yeah.
is fucking, every time I watch him, I'm not even listening to the band or dancing. I'm just watching him. He's doing it with so much sweat. He's like dancing while he's playing, and it's like pisses me off because it's so good.
Yeah. Drums are one of those things that it's like, seems like the most fun to play, but also the most difficult to practice because you need the sonic space.
Mm-hmm.
You need either a soundproof space or neighbors who don't care.
Or a basement.
Or a basement, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's
yeah.
just but it seems like the most fun. That was my first instrument of choice. My parents were like, "Yo, do you want to play an instrument?" I'm like, "Drums." My mom was like, "Hell no."
See, my folks were super supportive, dude. I was just so ADHD. I was just running around beating on shit, just hyper as hell, just tons of energy. And then my mom's friend's son was throwing away a drum kit, and so my mom brought it home for me, and I set it up in the garage. And she walked out like 10 minutes later, and I'm playing a beat. She's like, "What the fuck?" It was just, drums were very natural to me. Like every other instrument I've had to sit down and really try and really learn, but drums were one of those things that I just had, which was fucking awesome. So, nice. But it was just like, yeah, she was like, "Bet." I was like, "I want to get lessons." She said, "If you're playing in a year still, we'll get you lessons." I played every day for a year, and I was like, but I was 10, I was doing lessons. It was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. The trickiest thing for me, I feel like, is having all four limbs doing different things at the same time. Like I can kind of do like kick snare and this, and kick snare, simple hi-hat.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as I start lifting up my other foot, I'm like, I don't know where to go.
See, my problem is just trying to look good while I'm doing it, because I make faces, dude. Like, have you ever seen fucking String Cheese, bro? Their drummer, that dude's old as hell.
Michael Travis.
Yeah, he's just, it's like he's having like a damn seizure up there. He just keeps looking around. I'm doing the same thing. I just look ridiculous. Every time we had a photographer taking pictures of my band, they'd always look at me and make fun of me. So my biggest problem with drums is just looking good while doing it, Because, I mean, that's really why we do this, is just to look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeremy, do you have anything else you wanted to ask him?
Yeah, so you said you've been working with smaller local artists that you believe, have the potential to pop off in, the next couple of years. Like, what's a telltale sign for you, or what resonates with you while, discovering these new artists to make you, commit to putting the time and effort in with them to see where they go?
Honestly, it's kind of just like a vibe, like hanging with them, and also just seeing like where their heart is with the music and what, like, I feel like I love working with artists who already have an idea of what they sound like as a person, what their taste is. Like, their taste is kind of dialed, but they're still open-minded. They're capable of learning, but they're also like already pretty proficient at their skills, and I can learn from them. So I think that's a big part. I think is finding your own sound and being proficient at your own, at your craft, and like you're having your sound somewhat refined, but still being open-minded enough to experiment and
that
try
raw
new things.
talent.
Yeah, exactly. The raw talent, but also the drive is huge too. Like, I like to spend times with people I believe that are like in it for the long game and aren't looking to just like, oh, how can I make this song right away and blow up and stuff? Just people who are really dedicated to just writing quality, good music and timeless music. That's like, it's not necessarily chasing a trend, but is taking influence from everything. And, just like really kind, cool people. It's like who I like to work with that are, we're having fun. And it's, it's mainly about the music.
Yeah.
So I've got two more questions stemming from what you just said. So you've been in the game for about 11 years now. So how do you keep evolving your music with, the new trends that come along, the new style of or subgenres of electronic music that are always coming up? How do you evolve your style and sound of music to fit and stay relevant with what's new and what's in right now? And then also, like, talking about that unique sound, everybody says that, with Mitch, when he plays, you can definitely, I can tell it's like, that's a TVBOO song, same with Griz, so forth and so forth. So, like, how do you develop that unique sound? I guess that's the main question. Like, how do you come up with that sound that's unique to you?
So I think for me, I definitely have certain bass progressions, chord progressions that just I love. And
you also just got the funk, though. You just got it.
Yeah. And like certain drum patterns. Honestly, I've always struggled with genres. Like, when rhythm was a thing, I'm like, what? This sounds like dubstep. And I asked another producer, I'm like, so like, how would you describe rhythm? And he's like, it's dubstep basically. And like all these subgenres I've always struggled with, but I enjoy the music. So I'll listen to the music and not necessarily think of it within the genre guidelines, but like, oh, I like what they did with this synth, or I like this rhythm, or I like, you know, this pad idea or how they chop this, and I'll apply that to what I'm already doing. So even though it might be, you know, a new trend or a new genre, rather than just diving head first into it, I'll kind of like sample brief ideas of like, oh, I like this idea or this tempo, trying this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I've always struggled with like genres, like what.
Have you heard this new one that's been starting to pop off? It's vegan hybrid dubstep core breaks. No, my bad. Vegan hybrid dubstep breaks. Have you heard that one?
No.
It's gonna hit.
What?
Yeah, it's gluten free as well. So if you're curious,
That'll be huge.
it's gonna be giant, dude.
Yeah.
Progressive vegan stubborn dubstep core. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore, dude. but yeah, good questions, Jeremy, dude. Good stuff.
Does that answer it, or
Say no.
No, it didn't. It didn't. But I do have one final question. Are you working with any bigger artists that, you know, maybe have been keeping a low profile?
Dude, break some news right now. That's what we do on this show. That's what we do here.
no comment.
Damn it. Yeah, your manager's giving you a face like, I don't know.
No,
maybe.
it's just yeah. I've said yeah. I'll just leave it at that. I am working with Dom from Big G.
That's what's
We've been
up.
working with some stuff. Trying to get some stuff with OPO.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, I love both those guys. They're great.
Next time you talk to Dom, be like, hey, dude, I went on this podcast. You should go on it. I'd love to have him on. I know they just released an album.
Oh hell
so we
yeah!
can talk about
They're
that.
on the road right now, but I'm sure Dom would love to come on. Dude, I love Big Gigantic.
I
Shout
do
out to
too.
Big G. Those
So
guys have
good.
taught me so much. I've toured with them a lot, and like they've really taken me under their wing over the years, and just the kindest, coolest dudes. Really like built a huge chunk of this scene, and just like the coolest dudes ever.
No, they're tits, man. I've been a fan for them for a long. I've seen them live so many times,
Yeah.
man. I
They
love
throw
them.
down, man.
Yeah,
Their
they
new
do.
sets are just like that album they just put out.
So
holy,
good.
Holy crap.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to help a brother out,
Oh yeah, I'll definitely mention. I'll text him after this.
I'm holding to that. But yeah, we got some fan questions. We got a couple I wanted to get
Nice.
to.
Yo, what's up, man? It's Trip Fox from Lubbock, Texas.
What up, Trip Fox?
I got a question for Mr. Manic Focus. Being a famous DJ and all, I always see you on TikTok, a DJ doing things, as you would like to say. How busy does it get? Because you're like DJing and making music, but then you're also like grilling and like doing beach things. I don't know. Seems like it get real stressful, but at the same time not stressful. Busy man. Anyway, yeah. Hope you have a wonderful day. Once again, bye.
This guy sounds so high.
Yeah. He's having a good day.
Yeah, he's having a good day.
Yeah, I think these DJ doing things videos have been relatively easy and fun to make. And as far as staying busy, try to balance it as much as I can. I have a lighter festival season than I've had like in the past. There's still some really awesome festivals. I'm really excited for Shambhala coming up. But yeah, just like having time off to work on a ton of new music and then do these little videos here and there. Yeah, I mean, I try to stay fairly busy and active.
You stay do you get stressed at all like doing this?
Sometimes, usually I get most stressed around like the biggest shows, like the bigger festivals or headlining shows leading up to those, especially if it's a band and I'm like trying to like make a seamless set. Those are really the most stressful times, but that's gotten a lot easier over the years.
Yeah.
Like 5 years ago I would have been like freaking out like the week or 2 weeks in advance, and then now I'm just like maybe like the day before, a little bit stressed. Travel can be stressful too.
Oh, dude, I get stressed around football season.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's when I'm dying because I literally will do my whole travel schedule about what times the game starts. So like I'll take a 3 a.m. flight out of that bitch and go watch the game. You know what I mean? I'll be stressed out. Man, are we healthy?
Who's your team? You got Saints? Yeah.
Dude, if you had to ask, my man, who that? You know what I'm saying? But I love watching. I watch any game. Like I just love the sport so fucking much. I love a lot of the players and all the different teams. So, but yeah, the Torrens, whatever. But as soon as football season starts, I'm stressing with like tour and football season. I'm like, all right, dude, what time's the show in? What time can I get out of there? You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm there to have a good time, but I'm also like, all right, when the show's over, I need to get the fuck home so I can watch the game.
Do you watch it on the plane at all?
Dude, I will literally make sure I do not miss a game. So I'm not even like I've watched some games on flights, but I literally, if I can help it, I literally will be home before games even start.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's how I'll be. You like it at all? You like football at all?
Yeah, I'm not huge like, into any sport in particular. I love basketball.
Basketball's a
You
lot.
know, but yeah, I haven't really been following sports as much. I think if I got into a fantasy football league and like really dove in, I would be more proficient in like understanding
Yeah,
players and stuff.
I love a lot of different sports. I play basketball every day. I fucking brought Jeremy with me yesterday. His ass was
Yeah, I sat
whooped.
my ass down like probably 25 minutes in. I was like, all right, I'm just here chilling, enjoying being here.
Yeah, dude, he was beat, man. That's a good time though.
Yeah.
That's a
Alright,
crazy workout too, basketball.
Dude, it's the best. Like I feel like I've gotten in such good shape doing it. I've been doing it every day for like a month. I've been playing with a bunch of teenagers over at the rec center. Just fucking, they were smoking my ass, dude. But now I've gotten better and I'm a little bigger, so I can hold my own a little bit. Definitely ain't the best shooter, but it gets better day by day.
I've heard that like professional NBA games, it's like the amount of energy is the equivalent of like sprinting 12 miles.
Fuck.
Just like running, jumping, and like the pushing is the hardest part of the.
I played for
workout.
3 hours the other day, full court.
Whoa.
And like it was great, but by the end, we're all just hands on our hips. Someone would run on the other side for a layup. We're like, we'll meet you there, brother. Like, by the end of that hour 3, dude, everybody on the court is just hands on their hips. But we were just having so much fun, man. We just kept going.
Nice.
Good times.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's fun. Let's get to another one. Hey,
I
this is
hope
the
I
last
hope I
one.
answered
Hey.
that question right.
TVBOO. Hey, TVBOO. Manic Focus. This is Sean from Raleigh, North Carolina. I just want to call real quick and ask a little question because I'm a little confused by your name, Manic Focus. Man, manic, crazy, focus, not crazy. How does that even work? Because when I'm manic, the only thing I can focus on is fucking touching myself. So if you could give me a little heads up on how to remain focused while manic, that'd be really great. Thanks.
Great question. I mean, and that's like probably the most serious question asked on this show ever, and
Yeah.
especially in this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So honestly, when I first heard the name Manic Focus, it was from my brother's friend, and we were trying to come up with a name for the project, and we had something focus, but we didn't know. I said Manic Focus because I have bipolar 1, and I had had a couple bad episodes in the past. I'm medicated now, and I've been great for a while, but they said Manic Focus, and I'm like, I hate that name. And I saw the logo, and I was like, all right, we can go with it. And then the name, for me, it kind of like took on a life of its own as far as like, when I was manic, of course, it's just wild energy that's unhinged and detached from reality. But there is like, I don't know, there's something about making these, trying to harness that energy, which is a very like powerful, like up energy, and just focusing it on music. And initially, my early Manic Focus tracks, I would sample all sorts of different acapellas and stuff and try to kind of make a story out of songs that were radically different, kind of like loose association part of a manic episode where you're connecting dots that don't exist as part of like a psychosis of a manic episode. But initially the project was like, oh, I'll sample this hip hop record and this pop record, and like all the records individually are completely different, but I sampled chunks and made it into one piece that is somewhat coherent. And that was kind of Manic Focus originally. And now it's more like, trying to just stay positive and not, like mental health is like such a serious, frustrating issue in the world. And I think too, a lot of media and stuff, there's just like a really like somber, messed up tone with people who have bipolar, like, watch a TV show and it's like a character is bipolar and it's like all dark and stuff around them. And I just kind of want to be a little more hopeful. Like, it's not the end of the world if you have a bipolar diagnosis or anything. There's like good that can still come from that. And there's like, you can manage it with medication. You can manage it with healthy lifestyles, and it's not the end of the world. And you can make beautiful art, or, you can still have a very cool, fun, positive life. So I think, manic focus for me is about taking like that chaos and that crazy energy that feels very like up and alive and like kind of scattered, and then focusing it into like a laser and just like
You've done a good job with it. So my stepbrother is bipolar, and he's just a drunk redneck, but he's a good time.
It's a crazy energy, man. It's I think that moving forward, I think it's also like one of the like taboo topics, as far as talking about mental health and bipolar. Like when I was first diagnosed in 2007, it was one of those things that was like, oh no, it's just very dark. Nobody talked about it. I had no idea what it was prior to my first episode. And then it was like, I like to be a little more open about it, because I think that's what, how do we as a society not only be more aware, but just like, it shouldn't be like a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still here talking, making beats, doing magic, like all sorts of, I can have a fun, productive, happy life. And so I don't think it's really, I think there's like a darkness that is painted with bipolar and schizo and stuff. And it's certainly dark at times, and there are, frustrating moments to deal with, but the overall experience, it can still be healthy and positive and full of love and light and creativity.
Hell
So
yeah.
That's kind of what Manic Focus is about.
Yeah, I feel like when I was younger, dude, like, and Jeremy can probably attest to this, but dude, there was no talk at all about mental health. I don't know if that's just from where we were from or just the times.
No,
but
it's definitely taboo from where we're from. Like,
Yeah.
No pun intended. But
Yeah.
Like, it's straight up, like, it runs in my family. I've even dealt with some issues myself. And when I was 19, like, I was afraid to talk to anybody about it, just for the fear of being judged and being like, well, damn, something's wrong with me. And, I have multiple friends that I grew up with who like had the same issues. And like, we're from middle of nowhere, Mississippi. And so something's wrong with you, you need Jesus in your life, and that's it. There's no medication.
hey, amen to that, brother.
Amen to that,
Praise Jesus.
Praise Jesus. But yeah, no, I definitely agree. It was definitely not something that was talked about.
Lord, I want to thank you for my fine ass wife. What did he say? Lord, I want to thank you today for my smoking hot wife.
My two kids, Eric and Ethan.
We call them Little M's. Lord, bless these drivers to race this track in your honor. Biggity, biggity, boo. Amen, dude. We watched this video earlier. It had us dying, bro. Literally, it's this guy doing a prayer at NASCAR. And he said, he's just like, thank you for all the Chevrolets and the Toyotas and the fuel and our partners. And thank you, Lord, for my smoking hot wife. It was just like, what?
That sounds like Talladega Nights.
Dude, that's what Jeremy said,
Straight
dude.
up. I was like, that's a quote from Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. It was good. I'll show you the video after this. It's funny, man.
Oh yeah.
But sick, dude. Thank you for being here today.
Dude, thanks so much for having
No,
me.
for real.
man.
Thank you so much.
Hell
This has
yeah.
been awesome. I've always been a big fan. I know I met you out in Portland over Halloween last year. It was the first time
Yeah.
you and I had met in person.
Yeah.
And I was trying my best to just play it cool.
You played it cool, man.
I played it cool, bro. I
Yeah.
always play it cool.
Did you see the ATLians, right?
Yeah.
Did you see their faces?
Dude, I've hung out with them so many times without them wearing their mask, and I don't know them still.
Really?
Yeah. They always come and say what's up to me with their mask, but then I'm like, I don't know what y'all look like. They're like, dude, we've literally hung out so many times. I'm like, I didn't know it was y'all, dude.
No, like I saw them briefly at front of house when Martin was playing, and they had their masks on, a bunch of fans around them. And I wanted to say hi, hopefully like talk or something, but like one of them comes up to me and he asks me, gives me 5, and then he like does one of these. He's like,
Yep.
And there was no conversation. It was
Never.
just
Never. I've even kissed them, and I still don't. I've literally kissed them both.
yeah, those guys threw the fuck down though.
Yeah,
Holy
they
shit.
literally do. But it was good. I was excited to meet you that night, and I was really looking forward to sitting down with you today. I can definitely, the music's always been great, but I can just tell like you really have like a deep love for it, and I appreciate you sharing.
Thank you so much.
Sharing that here on the show today, and I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, likewise, man. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, anything you want to tell the people before you get out of here?
Got a track coming out with the Sponges on July 20th.
Nice.
And yeah, Shambhala on the 24th, and a lot of new music coming out this year. So
Love that.
thank y'all so much for tuning in, and yeah, hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day.
Cool. I appreciate you, man. Once again, appreciate you, Jeremy. And I appreciate everybody listening to this week's episode of Talks. I fucked that up. I did. We're not perfect.
Yeah,
Bye.
we're human.
Yeah, bye.